You ready to roll?
Anything.
Okay, so Beis Hashem, today we'll be learning Ches Amud Aleph to Ches Amud Beis, Gemara, Rashi, and Tosfos. Okay, now we don't have so much time, but I'm sure everyone's going to pay close attention. Therefore, we're going to get through all the different inyanim. You feeling it? Yeah. Okay, you know what? I think that's a great idea, Rafi. Okay, please start us off. Yeah? What do we say? We bring a ton of Rabbanan. We bring a price. What does the price tell us?
Oh, you started.
Rafi started. You're starting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's saying if you sold 3 fields, Beis, and Boris,
Yeah.
one person at one time, or 3 people at one time, on the same day, right?
You sold it to 1 or 3 people, yeah?
On the same day. And then, really, this property that you had, you owe people money, so it should have gone to the people you owed.
Right.
Okay, that's the case.
So then, yeah.
The last person, then is generally, they all collect from their respective.
Appropriate, right, respective fields. They collect from respective fields. How about if you sold it zeh achar zeh?
If they sold one after the other, then whoever was last, who bought it last, that everyone collects from there because at the time that he bought it, that was the thing that they're supposed to collect.
Correct.
And if there's not enough, then they go to the person after him who bought it before. And if he doesn't have enough, then they go to the person who bought it before that too.
Okay, correct. So we just did the price on the bottom of Ches Amud Beis, Tan Rabbanan. We just did the price. And now, Frek the Gemara Shaila, what's the question of the Gemara? Shmuli, if it is Babas Achas, then what? It is, what's the key word? One word.
Then we should all collect from this?
No, it's Pshita.
Oh, where's that?
It's obvious. Loi mibaya, it says. It's not necessary. Okay? So again, if 3 people that buy the fields, you go to the appropriate one. For sure, if one person bought all 3 fields, you're going to have the appropriate person buy from the appropriate field. Collect from the appropriate field, because it's all one person. So they for sure took the place of the owners. Tachas haba'on. Pshita, that one person buying all the fields takes the place of the owner, is tachas ba'olim. You have a big owner over here, big fat owner, and this guy is under him, and he takes the place of the owner.
Does the seller have to reimburse the buyer?
Yes, but we're not dealing with that discussion. Okay, so this is obvious. Now, so if so, what's the case? What's the case that it's not obvious? What's the case that it's not obvious when one person buys 3 fields? What case is not obvious that the Gemara needs to tell us? Sold them one by one. And the last field he sold to this person, meaning Reuven sold his Beinanis, his Idis, and his Iburis to Shimon. But he sold first first the Beinanis, then Ziburis, and finally, on the next day, he sold him Idis. So he sold him Idis last. Rashi says that's to be the next day. Idis last, ba'acharoina. And then, since he sold Idis ba'acharoina, you would think that everyone collects from where, Chaim? Where would you think everyone collects from if you sold him Idis ba'acharoina? Where should a nizak collect if you sold him Idis ba'acharoina? No, nizak always collects from Idis.
What?
A nizak. Again, I sell you through all 3 fields, but I sell you 1 field today, 1 field tomorrow, 1 field the next day. And the last field I sell you is my best field. I sell you Idis last. So then Rafi comes, he wants to collect his loan. I tell him I don't have any money, go to Chaim. So he comes to you, where does he collect from?
The first thing I sold.
The last thing that was sold.
Why?
Because that was the last thing that I still had. So you go to what I had last. Because I really own the money. You don't owe him any money. See what I'm saying? So therefore, if you bought, Chaim, you bought Idis last. So which field does Rafi get from? Idis, right? That's what you would think, okay? If I sold you all 3 fields, and the last field I told you was Idis, which field does Mrs. What's her name? No? Sally. Rabbi Sally, who got divorced, where does she collect from? She collects from Idis. Right? That's what you think. Everyone collects from Idis because Idis was given last. Yeah? So then we're going to say no. No. So the question is, why do we not say this? Why don't we say you get from Idis? Because this was Ba'acharena. Why do we say that you get from the appropriate field? Why does only Nizak get from Idis? Why is the woman collecting from Ziburis? She should still get from Idis. Yeah, what's the answer?
Why does she get it, or why should she not get it?
Why does she not? She does not get from Idis. She gets from Ziburis. She should get from Idis.
Because if they would all try to collect from Idis, he would say that I'll return the deed of Ziburis, and you guys all have to get Ziburis.
Oh, so good. So Chaim, you know what you're going to say? You're a smart guy, okay? Yeah? So first of all, if you lift up your head to be even smarter. Second of all, what you say is, yeah, you want to get my Idis? You want to get the Idis I got? Well, guess what? I'm going to go and give back Ziburis to Rafi. Have fun. Go enjoy your property in Detroit. Go to Detroit. Go enjoy your property in the middle of nowhere. Huh?
If he cancels the contract.
Again, you're going to cancel your contract, and they're going to all have to get Ziburis because Rafi's now going to own the Ziburis. So because of that, you're able to force the Baal Chayv. You're able to force the Baal Chayv to take Beinanis. You'll keep your contract for Idis. Give back the contract.
You own Idis now.
Right. You do. You were the buyer. But Rafi was the one that owed Chaim money.
So he's canceling the Ziburis.
No. Look. You got three people. You have Rafi's the seller, you're the buyer, and Shmuley is a lender to Rafi.
Okay.
Now, Rafi sold everything to you. So now Shmuley comes to you, and Shmuley says, give me Idis. Because Idis was the last one. So what you're going to do is, you bought the field from Rafi, right? You're going to cancel your sale of Ziburis.
Then he just goes to Rafi and says,
And what's he getting now?
I'm getting Ziburis instead of Idis.
So now he can come to. That's what I said.
No, you said the other way around.
I
No.
said cancel Ziburis. You said cancel Idis.
So you're going to threaten. No. You're going to threaten. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what we said. What matters is that we know the thought. You're going to threaten, Chaim, to cancel Ziburis, right? So the question is, why doesn't everyone get from Idis? And the answer is because the answer is that the buyer is going to threaten, in Hebrew, the word that's used is called shuskas. He's quiet. Either stay quiet or I'm going to do the following. Okay? He threatens. What does he threaten to do? To return Ziburis to the previous owner. Yeah, Baruch Aryeh? I didn't get to you today yet. Oh, only for a second. Okay, so Chaim, summarize for us. Why can you force the Baal Chayv, the lender, to take Beinanis and not get Idis if Idis was the last thing you bought?
Because you just you say Beinanis or Ziburis?
Why is he getting Beinanis and not Idis? He gets Beinanis. Why doesn't he get Idis? No, the woman gets Ziburis. Everyone gets what they're supposed to get.
Oh, because he can just cancel the.
He could cancel, no, not the Beinanis. He could cancel the Ziburis. Again, the Baal Chayv gets Beinanis because you could cancel Ziburis and force him to get an even worse thing.
So he's not getting Beinanis in that.
He is, because you're going to just threaten to do it. You say, either you take Beinanis or I'm going to cancel the contract of Ziburis and you're going to have to get Ziburis. You understand what I'm saying? You're threatening him. You have a threat. So you have to have something worse that you could make him do. I'm going to send this back to him. You're going to have to collect from that.
Because I owe money to Shmuley, but my field with Chaim. So Chaim cancels it and
Meaning,
sends it back
if
to me.
I owe you money,
Right. You owe me money, so I go to collect from you. You say I have no money, so I go to Chaim because you sold him a field. So Chaim says, either you take this mid-field, this Beinanis, or I'm going to meaning me, end up having to collect Ziburis because he's going to resell Ziburis back to you. You're going to send that back. You can cancel the shtar. So then right away, what do? I agree. I take the Beinanis. So I'm not going to force him. I'm not going to be able to force him to give me Idis. Yeah? Who has a question? Yeah.
If you're one guy and you only have one field, which was the Ziburis that he returned, let's say we're saying Bishalai, is that considered, if you only want to, is that considered Idis? Or is just value what it is?
It's a good question. I don't think that's the relevant. It's not relevant because there's only one field.
What?
There's only one field, so it's not relevant. There's no discussion. That's what you have to collect from. Yeah.
I know, I thought it was a good question.
Yeah. Life hack? Shh, everyone please pay close attention to Rafi's life hack before we move on.
If you damage a guy's property, you just work out with your friend, like, yo, I have a really good field. I'll sell this to you for like a day and pay this guy with Ziburis. And then I'll buy back.
Called scamming. Woo!
So you're right. Sometimes scams work.
Being Jewish is if you're smart enough to scam, then it's fine.
Okay, let's move on before anyone says anything more outrageous. So,
It's actually permitted.
okay, so now we're going to disprove. So this answer that the buyer could do shoskas, the buyer could threaten to sell back ziburis, is going to be disproven, right? So all our hard work is going right down the drain. Here we go. So here's the problem. This is the question. It's going to be not just a question, it's going to be a disproof. The problem is about the nizak. What do we say the nizak gets from? Idis. The nizak should never get from idis. Because what could you threaten to give back the owner? Ziburis. Good. So there's something else besides for idis and ziburis. Beinidus. So I could tell the guy that got damaged, this victim, I could say to him, either take beinidus, or I'll force you to take ziburis. Again. This guy could say, don't take idis. I'm not giving you idis.
You just said that though.
No. Now we're talking about a guy that's supposed to get idis. He's supposed to get idis, and we actually say in the end he does get idis. So the Gemara says, why does he end up actually getting idis? Why does the nizak actually get idis? No one should get idis. Why? Because this nizak, comes along and says, I want idis. You're going to say, take beinidus, or I'm going to force you to take ziburis. How? I'm going to sell back ziburis to Rafi. Yeah, Chayim?
Yeah.
So meaning, what stone never get?
Idis.
Why?
Because you'll just sell ziburis back.
So what's he going to be willing to take? He's going to be willing to take beinidus. So the Gemara asks, if so, why does the nizak receive idis? He should only get beinidus. There's no reason for him to get more than beinidus. What's the answer, Baruch Aryeh? We don't have an answer for this. We disprove this. What's the new answer of the Gemara? What's the new case of the Gemara? Why does a nizak get idis, a baal chayv gets nizak gets idis, baal chayv gets beinidus, and a woman gets ziburis? Why? What's the case at the top of Chesam and Beis? In one word. One word. Who knows the one holy word? Help a Baruch Aryeh out. What? B'diyasme, orphans, right. Yisoim. That's the one word answer. You remember that now, Baruch Aryeh? Okay. B'diyasme. What does that mean? It's orphans.
Since the father died and didn't give any land to the orphans, therefore he doesn't have the threat of returning it back.
The rule is that orphans do not need to pay back a loan. Okay? If there's no land over there. So these orphans don't have any land, because you have all the land, right? Chaim has all the land. So these orphans don't have any land. And these orphans do not need to pay back the loan. So who has to pay back the loan? Who's automatically responsible? But the buyer. Chaim assumes full responsibility. Yeah? There's no one else that has any responsibility. So therefore, you have to give what you have to give. You can't dismiss the guy. There's no way for you to get the guy to take something else because you're always going to have to pay.
It's really sad that happened, but why is it the buyer's fault? It's really not fair.
Sometimes things are not your fault, but you still have to pick up the pieces.
So you think it's fair for the seven to lose their father?
What?
That's Hashem's. That's Hashem's.
Hashem also decided.
I know. The point
Sorry,
is, it should
what?
be the same
This is true for really like cases where you're saying you want settle bid initial.
Correct. Correct. So you get what you're supposed to get. He takes the place of the owner completely because there's no one else to take the place.
This is
getting rid of both.
What do you mean? No, this is for any case when you get what you're supposed to get. The respected fields.
We said that
This is for the case when you bought Idis last. Yeah. To make it work.
What I'm saying is, we said that there's two cases of
I don't know what you're saying. There's two cases of
one that you said the guy is meant to get this, but then he's threatening him and said, if you don't take bitterness, then I'll make sure you get this book.
Right. So that disproved everything.
Or then we also said there's a Chaim where
You're supposed to get Beis. And he said, either take Beis or I'll go and give
so
Tzibur.
this is for both of them.
Yeah, it gets rid of the whole thing. Now we go back to the case. If a guy bought Idis last, what you do is you have to give what you're supposed to give. And when is that? That's when there's a sermon.
What if there's an apotropos?
What if there is an
Apotropos
apotropos?
have to pay take the responsibility.
So in these cases, there's no land. There's no responsibility for the sermon.
Why isn't it that you're saying?
Now there is a mitzvah. Maybe if there's an apotropos, maybe there's a mitzvah to pay back the father's loans. That would only be if the Yisem want to. I don't think they would have to.
Okay, the only logic to make is maybe you could say that you could hold it off till they're older if they're too young, but it should be the orphan's problem.
Really? Wow. Okay, Chaim, you hear this? Chaim, you hear this? This guy has absolutely no sympathy for these people.
It's not fair to the buyer.
It's not fair for these three orphans that their father's $3 million in debt, and now they're going to suffer. They're going to be declaring bankruptcy because of their father.
And the buyer with nothing to do with your family just bought this field, now inherits a $3 million debt.
He paid your father
What?
money. Oh, they're saying it's not his problem.
The
Yeah.
buyer just inherited a $3 million debt for
So don't
nothing.
you just be like,
Right.
yo.
The same as me.
No,
Connected
because
to their
so the
father.
answer is it's different because that buyer is actually number 2 on the list.
Who's number one?
Number 1 is the lender that originally lent money. He owns the field first. He has a lien on the property.
I would instantly.
He has a lien on the property.
That's why you shouldn't buy something which has.
So I think that the modern age has played with your brain. Who owns this field?
You, me, the buyer.
No,
I bought the land.
no, you do not own the field. Who owns the
The
field?
government. Well,
2 people own the field. 2 people rightfully bought the field. Number 1, and this is number 1, the lender. He bought the field first. He has a lien on the field. It's meshubah to him. It belongs to him. And then 5 years later, Mr. Buyer, Reb Chaim over here, bought the field.
you shouldn't be able to sell a field if it has a lien on it.
Really? Why not?
Because I could get screwed over.
So
It should
look
be-
into it when
I'm
you
saying
go
it
buy
should
a
be.
field.
If you
know what
have
a
a
lien
lien
is?
on the field.
A lien is only if you don't have money to pay it, then he takes from the field.
You know that I owe the bank almost the entire worth of my house.
Yeah.
And
you
then
should
I
sell
could
your
go,
house.
and if I figured it out, I could probably go buy another house. Also, if I figured out a bank that would lend me another money. Now, which bank
You have to pay that
is going to
back.
get? Wait, which bank is going to get my house first? Chas v'shalom, if I can't pay my house,
Oh, the first one?
the first one's going to get the house first,
By the way, you know what's
and the
actually-
second guy's going to suffer.
By the way, you know what's actually.
Shine.
Scam.
It's a scam.
By the
Welcome
way,
to life.
You know what's actually a strap?
What?
Where like you get a second house and then you rent that house to pay for the mortgage.
Of the first
It does
house.
Not equal out
And
both
then, no,
houses.
you're making money.
It doesn't
Well,
equal both
it
houses.
doesn't equal both houses. You're paying for your mortgage, but the other house, the renting itself is paying for the mortgage.
If the rent is more than the
The rent is
mortgage
high
or the
enough.
same
The rent
amount.
is
In
just
some,
your-
that's not true.
Not always.
Yes,
Not
In
always.
some, who's gonna rent a house here if you could buy it?
Usually mortgages last over like 15 years.
Much longer.
15 or 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Exactly. But
eventually, after 30 years, the guy's gonna be paying for the entire worth of the house.
not necessarily because because who's let's say in
China
Toronto, the second you put up a rent sign, and no joking about in a week you'll get someone to live in your house. Here, you put up a rent sign, they'll just buy a house. Well, there's not many renters here, are there?
There is. You rent usually. You don't just buy a house. That's not how it works.
So it's like a thing to rent.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a thing to rent everywhere.
I'm saying that's a
Cause
strap.
I'm saying like, is it
And then
easy?
once you
to
own
rent,
the
like, no
house, you
joke.
just
I've
pay for
seen
money.
someone put up a rent sign, and I walk in the next day, the rent sign's gone.
Right.
Rent.
Right.
It's so.
Okay. Let's go moving. Let's go moving.
There's like a flood or something.
Fine.
Yeah.
So now,
And even the food is your problem.
Yeah.
So now, let's explain the logic. Yeah, the logic is because the takana of the chachamim, there was a takana of the chacham. What's the takana of the chachamim over here? Yeah. What's the takana of the chachamim?
The creditors could not collect payment from the encumbered properties.
Ein nifraim in chasim mishubadim. B'makim sheyesh b'nei chayrin. You cannot collect from the chasim mishubadim. B'makim sheyesh b'nei chayrin. Property that was sold. When there's property that wasn't sold, it wasn't given away. So now, the chasim mishubadim means property that I sold to someone else. You can't take property that someone else owns before I sell all my own properties. Now,
You're saying you can't collect from me if Rafa still has properties.
yeah. So now, the last property that was still in the chasim b'nei chayrin was idus. This one was sold last. So technically, if you were going according to what the Chachamim say is, everyone should collect from idus, the last property. However, this takana that you collect from or whatever was not sold yet is a takana of the Chachamim, and takanas of the Chachamim are there to help the buyer. So therefore, is this helping the buyer to get from idus? No, it's going to hurt the buyer. Then now the buyer's going to have to give away the best land. So a buyer is allowed to say, I don't want EFC b'takanas Chachamim. Yeah? Your buyer is allowed to say, I don't want the takana of the Chachamim, and therefore he's not going to have to give idus to everyone. He could give whatever he's supposed to give. So you're able to say EFC b'takanas Chachamim, b'takanas Chachamim, and give everyone, not give everyone idus. This is similar to the following line.
It has to be done before it's sold or after?
What do you mean? It's all after it's sold. Everything was sold to you. But the last thing sold,
When people are not coming
to collect for you could say, I don't want to do what the Chachamim say, which is pay from the last one idus. Rather, I'm going to give you beta because that's what you're supposed to get.
But you have to listen to the Chachamim. Yeah.
No, but let's say it wasn't actually sold. Let's say the owner owns idus still. Then for sure you have to collect idus because that's the last thing sold. That's the last thing it's the last thing that's a nechas b'nei.
I don't get it. You can't just say no to what the Chachamim say.
Yes, you could, as long as it's for, because the Chacham only do it for the buyer's sake. So the buyer could always choose if he wants to use it or not.
Well, the Chacham want to do good to me, so let's not keep Shabbos because
That's not Chacham, that's Torah.
No, the Chacham made an additional rules on Shabbos.
Right?
So it's supposed to help me.
So that's the difference between Takana and Gezerah.
Okay, that's true.
Okay. Fine. So now, the other example of this, which Rava said both of these, the other example of this is Eini Nizonis Veni Oisa. A woman gets married, yeah, you as the husband have to provide for her sustenance. You have to give her food, clothes, etc. If she says, I am not going to take any money from you for my food, I'm going to use my own money to buy my food. So now, usually a woman, when she goes to work, all her money belongs to the husband, but she in return gets money for food, right? So let's say she takes care of all the kids, and she stays home all day, and she works for 3 hours, right? So then she's probably going to spend more money than she makes. But let's say she's a diamond merchant, or she sells houses for a living, and she's making tons and tons of money. So she could say, I want to keep my money, and what? And I'll buy my own food. So she's able to decide not to take the takana of the Chachamim. Similarly over here, he is able to decide, I do not want the takana of the Chachamim. So that's the Gemara. Who has a question on the Gemara before we go to the Tosfos?
I don't know. It's a shtickle backwards.
A shtickle backwards.
I'm saying like.
You're not buying this whole
No, the woman
business.
one makes sense because like if it's hers, like why not? Like,
Right.
And I understand that we're not trying to harm the buyer, but I feel like it just should, as it should not be. We just don't.
You just really like this buyer. You want to help the buyer out too much.
Yeah, if I'm buying something, I shouldn't be responsible for something that's not.
You
my
should have done your
problem.
research.
Saying I shouldn't be responsible for something.
When are you buying your first house? That's the real question.
Soon. I mean, I'm saying I shouldn't be responsible for something that's.
Yeah, you buying a
not
house
my
this year?
problem. I don't know.
Okay. Chaim, any questions on the Gemara?
No.
No? Why not?
Because I understand it.
Yeah. Great.
This is a really random question. I don't know why, but if a bacher would buy an apartment, would you let him live there and not be in the dorm?
No. But he could rent it out.
Why not?
Because I want oversight.
So in-towners are not a thing.
No.
There's no intent.
But I heard there was an intern last.
Yeah, and he had to stay in the dorm.
Oh. Okay, you may move on. No, I was just curious if I should buy an
What if
apartment.
a butler bought
Okay.
the Shiva?
Then he can control whatever he wants.
Yeah, like he was your boss now. What would you do?
Oh, he would just leave. He would leave. If he says something he didn't like, I would say, I'm leaving.
Yeah, so Rabbi, I didn't get one.
You bought a house
today.
You bought a house.
So awesome.
Do they have a lot of like stuff
I'll
in
buy
business
it.
that helps you buy a house? Like,
Yes.
So, like, how much money do you need for a down payment?
$0.
So,
Yeah.
Close to $0.
go do the dishes.
How much is like?
I'm telling
Is there
you.
a lot of?
Close to $0. Yes.
So, are you sure you don't want that reason?
You could get like 6 to 8%, something like that, depending on your
someone just
finance.
has a
This
job.
is a Russian
Yes.
beef, and it's
You could buy a house.
That's crazy. Isn't it?
Great.
You should all get jobs. Just own
Why?
Pittsburgh.
No, you can do the same thing anyway, as long as you have a good enough job.
That's not true.
You don't need money to buy a house.
Yeah, so
In Toronto,
I'll
you
buy a
do.
house right now. I'm just going.
There's no such thing as a $0 down payment.
Wait.
Not zero, close to zero.
No, what do you mean? I heard something that he needed to give up $40,000 down payments to even talk to the buyer. He's like, if you don't give me $40,000 down flat, don't talk to me. A lot of them are like that. If you're not gonna give a down payment, you're like, oh, that's crazy.
Wait, so just buy a house, rent it out, and we'll have a side
So
money.
they make rules about that.
Yeah, there's renting houses.
So you can have a $0 down payment.
No. I need to live there in order to get the government
So can I
grants and stuff.
to make this happen?
Yeah, I live there
Why are people so into money? What do you want money for? What are you gonna gain by?
to enjoy life.
You're not enjoying life right now.
I am, but you enjoy
You know the story. This guy, you ask him, okay, what do you want to do with your life? I want to be able to retire and go fishing. So he's gonna work his whole life. So when he's 75, go fishing. Why don't you just go fishing? Why are you working? Just go fishing right now. It costs $10. You buy it, leave yourself a little rod.
But I still need to eat
And then
food
you
and
go fishing.
live.
No, then you eat the fish.
Please, nowadays.
Work for $10 in Jinigo.
I'm saying, let's say for example.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, because let's say
Okay.
what I want to do with my life. Let's
Sure.
say,
So what I'm saying is I'll be in yeshiva, but I'll just have side money coming in.
Why? It's just a big stress on your life.
it's like stocks. Why would you do stocks?
Can I? If
I was thinking of doing it.
If I
Bava
didn't
was
do
talking me
anything,
into it, bro. He has a couple stocks in a video, bro. He just made hundreds of dollars. The stock went up by 61%.
Yeah, he didn't tell you that yesterday. He lost $100 off the other stuff.
61%.
when you got married, would it not have been
We
better
put
to
5K
have?
in there, we become 10K.
When you got married,
And if you put 5K in there, you also put 5K in somewhere else, and then you lost it.
alright.
Let's
When you
go.
got married, would it not have been better to walk in with a nice chunk of money?
No, I don't think I
That's a liar. Like, come on. You would have loved $1 million.
I don't think that's I don't think that's
Yeah, a couple extra thousand.
what would have affected any part of success in my life.
'cause
Would not have
it's-
changed. It wouldn't have changed anything. If anything, it would have made it more difficult.
Because of brackets of the government.
No, what's today's Hayom Yom or yesterday's? Yesterday's Hayom Yom. Rabbi Kusil left here.
Oh, he said, I
Not
only
peasant
want,
years.
not peasant.
No, I don't want to be rich
But I
because then what? What's going to happen if I'm rich? That was the second part.
I'm going to do two more of those.
No, it's going to distract me. Yeah.
Okay, so you won't be too rich. You'll just be rich.
I hear. Anyways, let's
I'll
go.
take the turmoil.
You know what? When Beis Hashem, when you guys all become rich, you're sponsored to yeshiva. It'll be very nice. I wish you much luck and success and a bracha to make a lot of money. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Tosfos dibra maschil kula nichnasu. We're gonna ask Habachar Tavim Rafi to please read the Tosfos.
Which one?
Kula nichnasu.
Everything goes under the owner. Basically, they get their respective stuff. Then Tarmik going out. But Nizikin and Milva, I'll pass.
Ninhu.
But Nizikin is loaning on the mouth, meaning there's no contract.
Oh, there's no contract saying that you need to pay this guy back because you just punched him in the face. You didn't make a contract with him. Yeah?
Milva, like Mishabdi,
Yeah.
and by when there's no contract, you don't take the payment from Mishubdim stuff.
Rishubadin property that was sold to others. So, Chaim, I'm going to say the question, then you're going to summarize it for everyone, okay? The question of Tosfos is that Nizakin, owing someone that you hurt, doesn't have a contract. We know that you only collect from property that was sold to someone else if there is a contract. Why over here is a Nizak able to collect from someone else's property that was sold to someone else? Why could the Nizak come get from you? There's no contract. Yeah? So the question is, a Nizak is like a Milva al Peh. Yeah? And now you're going to summarize for it. So he should not.
So basically, you can't collect this debt from any buyers.
Yes. So what's the answer, Rafi?
Because
When you stand in a court case in Beis Din, it's as if you loaned with a star.
When you stand in a court case in Beis Din, say that again?
Basically, when you go to Beis Din to work stuff out, it's as if it's written on a star.
Aha. And Musaf Tosfos in this Gemara explains, once you go to Beis Din, everyone knows about it, right? The reporter's there. This guy just punched someone in the face. Oh, okay, the guy's taking pictures, snapping the black eye. He's making sure everyone knows about it. There's a curl.
Oh, I thought you said the black guy.
Why do people always look for these kind of racist things? Okay, Shai. What? No, it's just funny that Bachrim always have like, I don't know. Okay, in any case, so you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? There's a kill. You went to Beis Din. What does that mean? That there is, if you went to Beis Din, what does that mean right away? That there is a kill. There's going to be a kill. Everyone's going to know about it, just like when you write a star, everyone knows about a star. Right? It's public record. Okay, that's the first answer, Tosis. Second answer, Tosis? Is there a second answer? Yeah.
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah. And many more places. Yeah.
Or if you want another answer, mailbox, something which is written in Torah is considered like a star.
Ooh, Torah is like a star.
And since Torah says that if you damage something your chaya with Yiddish, therefore it's considered as a star, you can collect from this result.
Yeah, Torah says if you punch someone in the face, you have to pay them back. Right, Chaim?
Yeah.
So that means that what? It's written in the star. Now, anything written in Torah is as if it's written in the star. Okay. Vayter and Shas and Poiskim. Next, we're going to ask Reb Shmuel to please read for us the next Tosfos. What's the Bramasko?
Ain Loi gave him the shulchan. Do not collect from
Ain Loi, comma.
not to him.
If he, the first buyer, doesn't have, the last person that bought something doesn't have enough money to pay back.
The next guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Riva.
Yeah. The Riva says, he's one of the Balei Tosfos.
The Riva says, if he came to them all at one time, the star, that whichever one came before in the star, you collect from the last one. Tchila to begin with. But if the damage,
Meaning to say, even if you are someone that got damaged, that's a victim, yeah, still you collect from the Achrei.
it's still greater than after you collect from the last one. Really, the worst, even if it's the worst.
Yeah.
But if another Baal Chai comes after, then you go now that after he also takes from the last one Im Yeshlai if he has it in the Imla, but if he does not have, give him the Shofar, go to the next guy. But I feel him in Idis, even if it's for Idis, for Isha, even for Isha, if it comes the next one, it's Idis.
Okay, so Tosfos is one sentence, yeah? Tosfos, I could summarize the whole Tosfos in one sentence, which is, the Gemara only discussed the buyers. Yeah, one guy bought a piece of property, but he left some other property still. The next guy bought a piece of property, but he left a different property still. The last guy bought the last property, right? So what do we say? First, you go to the last guy that bought, and you use up all the guys that are owed money come and start biting that property. They take chunks and chunks and chunks. Once that property is gone, then what does everyone do, Baruch Hai? Go to the next guy that bought right before him. Once that guy's done, then you go to the next guy. Now, we didn't discuss the people coming to collect. Chaim, we have 3 different types of people coming to collect. So what happens if the Nizak shows up first? Who does he get from?
The first guy who came.
No. He gets from the last guy that bought something. Because that property that was bought last was the first property he's supposed to collect from. Since it belonged to the owner for the most amount of time. Oh, okay, fine. Let's say the Baal Chayv shows up first. Yeah? He also collects from the last guy. Meaning to say, what are we trying to say over here? We're trying to say over here that we don't make a difference both about which property you bought and about which person you are coming to collect. Yeah? So, no difference. Who is collecting? You always start with the last sold property.
What extent in the
To the first extent, that it doesn't even matter who the person collecting is. It always is the same. The rule always stays the same.
Next one.
Okay, what's going on over here? Chaim, can you come sit here? Or sit back there? Choose a spot. Okay? Vayter and Shas and Poskim. Weiter, blah, 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 blah. You almost left without it. Now I'm going to let you leave without it. Okay. Weiter in Shas and Pesach.
Wait, you answered my question.
What?
Wait, doesn't add anything to the Gemara.
Tosfos does. He deals with the collectors. The Gemara only dealt with the buyers.
No, but it's really the same thing because Gemara says they all go and collect from the last one. That means they're collectors.
But that's if they all came at the same time. This is even if the collectors come at different times, it doesn't make a difference.
Why would I think
Why would it make a difference? Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like there's no finish.
Yeah?
Yeah,
No
I don't
chiddush.
know.
Okay, so I think you need to research the Tosfos and read hard.
But every time, what's the hara about hara being no finish?
What is the chiddush of Tosfos? You write hard
I
about.
don't know. That's
So think. That's think. I want you. I'm putting it back on you just to figure it out. Read hard.
That's true.
When are we starting on the next magazine?
That's a good question. Maybe.
What's the next one about?
Yeah, but it's also used as kiss like you do both.
It's called.
It's Kislev and Hanukkah.
It's called a
Double edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Settle. What's it called?
Yeah, double size.
Huh?
What's it called?
Double the size. What's
What's it
double?
called? Is it settle?
What? Kevitzars?
No, it's called something like that.
What?
Settle.
A zettel for what?
Something means a letter.
A letter to the Rebbe is a zettel.
Oh, so how do you say like what do you call like a small magazine?
Pamphlet.
No, but like in like
A kuntris.
Yeah, it's a country.
A kuntris.
It's like a
A
country.
Pittsburgh Gazette. If you write it in Yiddish, it sounds very fancy.
That makes it look good.
Nah, then it'd be more propaganda. We can't do that.
Even too much propaganda.
Too much already.
Why?
A couple people when I put in some bag it, they say the Pittsburgh propaganda goes crazy. I'm like, I know.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It was whatever.
It's one of the pages. We have a propaganda page.
Yeah, it's the achievement page.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stick a
It's
propaganda.
not propaganda, but it's just outright.
No, I tried. Listen, I don't actually know. I made it up according to math. Well, I thought you guys did a bit more learning than I wrote.
No, bro.
And also, I wasn't gonna write low numbers. That just looks bad.
Don't write any numbers at all.
Yeah, you can write like.
You have to.
you can
No,
write
it was
the
fun.
amount
It was fun.
of-
It was
you
fun.
can write the amount of hours that we learned because that is like the amount of hours that was
No.
spent learning.
But that's just a
Not
day.
hours
It's
that
like
are
it's not.
supposed to be spent learning.
Exactly.
No, that's
So even
not.
one person shows up, then you can count that
We'll
out.
find something else this time.
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
And the person that shows up doesn't even.
We'll have a propaganda team that'll sit down together and figure
Yeah,
out.
we got 5 pages of propaganda. I enjoy it. Shmuley, like.
People look at just
He
title
learned
page
for
propaganda.
72 hours in one day.
You can
Like,
make,
wow,
like,
that's a great.
Okay, next Tosfos, we're going to ask Baruch Aryeh to read. This is the shortest Tosfos.
You can remember the Chaminel Hain Kaisim Shois of Yerushalayim. You don't write it. We only write it in Yerushalayim.
We only write shois, hours, in Yerushalayim. So that means it could be that you got your contract in the morning and Chaim got his contract at night. But we don't know that because, why? There's no hours.
That's specific ones.
Okay, Chaim, you're next.
Me?
So
Yeah, next
there's like
Tosfos.
3 questions on this
What do you
test.
mean next time?
Yeah, I did it on purpose. Okay, let's look at the 3 questions.
Okay, let's go.
I want you guys to think.
Choice is trying to solve. What if he
So-
bought the star first?
So what if
How could one guy be before the other guy?
what do you mean?
Oh, because
Same
the
people.
question was
It's 2
how could
different
it be
days.
because we don't have time. If they all bought on one day and there's no time.
Well, who said it's one day? It doesn't
The
say that. It
answer
could
has-
be 2 different days.
So there's a damn amount of Rashi.
That's Rashi's explanation,
Okay, well, Rashi-
which is the last critical thinking.
What's the critical thinking?
That's right. Rashi argued, yes. Rashi
Yeah?
says it's
No.
different days.
No,
So
Rashi
how was that
agrees with
answer?
No, it says it's one day, just different hours.
No, Tosfos says in
No.
Yerushalayim they write hours.
Wait, all right, let me scroll.
So
Okay.
then-
Okay, this is how it works. Basically,
Rafi is going to explain to the class. You want a marker?
Yeah, that's not necessary.
Stop.
well, it's gonna be a facial deal.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah.
Oh, no, no,
So this is Rashi's opinion, okay? He says that all happened, okay, in one day. Okay, I say
Day.
Tug.
tug, in one tug, okay?
And
And therefore,
tug.
that's why you can't answer the Gemara. That's why you can't answer the Gemara of why can't things like last doesn't work because they don't know like which thing was last.
They don't know which thing was last.
Why they all collecting their respective properties is because it was all bought in one day, right?
Uh-huh.
So you don't know which one was last. Well, according to Tosfos, is adding.
It's not
just
adding.
to the question.
It's just adding to the question.
No. It was not back.
Yeah. No, Tosfos is adding.
Tosfos is adding that. Oh, you might think that in your
It's too long. It's too long.
What is going on?
Wait. Let's listen.
In Yerushalayim,
We Sorry, face.
they actually write down the times on their thing, and then by then this wouldn't be a question. So he's actually adding a tiz there, right? But he's agreed with Rashi that it was all in one day.
He's saying that there is a case.
Thank you all.
So let's summarize. Tosfos is adding. Tosfos is not arguing. Tosfos is adding that there is a case where you would know. Hello, can we please stop? Where you would know who bought it first and who bought it second on one day. I need the marker back.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Tosfos is saying you would know who bought it first and the same day because of the hours.
In Yerushalayim, but everywhere else, you would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just adding to the question.
Correct.
Answer your
He's
side.
not arguing. He's adding.
We have to blur the part about patient.
So
Yeah.
I would teach him how to
You have
edit
to
it.
blur it. Let's
Teach
give
you
this
how
one
to-
first.
Okay, so you're gonna have to edit. I don't know how to
How is
take
that
things
wrong?
out.
Yeah, you can't do the patient videos until the end of the year.
Yeah, that's the thing.
wait, so
I'm not
how is
doing
that an
it.
answer?
You don't need to. It's a free country. It's a free country. Yeah.
So how is that? You said this is an answer of Tosfos. How is this
Delete
an answer?
Fuji, though. Be like, just be like, hi.
This is just explaining why everyone could be on the same day. Why everyone could be at the same time. Okay, weiter.
He has a lot more.
You're saying how could it be at the same time?
Yeah. It's
What's
so
this?
cool. I would love to subscribe if I had YouTube. I'll subscribe if you give me YouTube on my phone.
Chas v'shalom.
Do you know what subscribers? I'm offering you.
I don't want Bachram having YouTube.
I can't subscribe to you. I can't watch your videos. Well, that's
So you're-
Sorry.
I want to binge your videos all day. It's all day.
What you're saying is
Yeah.
We're in the
that
video right now. We're in
the question is how could it be that they all bought it at the same time yet one guy was first?
Correct.
He
Okay.
could just be the guy that signed the contract.
Next Tosfos. Tosfos Dibra Maschal Mecharon. We are up to Chaim. Chaim, get to read. You get to read now. It's a very short
Your
Tosfos.
first video got 64 views.
That's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Okay, Chaim, you're up
And
for
so does
Mecharon.
Tosfos argue with Rashi?
Sure, I'll watch it.
What page are we on?
Right.
Okay, sorry.
Does Tosfos argue with Rashi?
What page
No.
are we on?
Chas Amud Aleph, thus Mecharon. Second to bottom.
I'm just paying attention to your face reveal.
Mivas Achas. Mibaya. Oh, do you need to at all ask about one guy buying them all together? Obviously, everyone gets what the specific type of field they're supposed to get if one person buys all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now Tezak Tosfos.
Now, light also time on the E. Just guys. The field cost of Akal. The star after Yachal with Fleisch, the star. Well, after the verse, the Balaam, you like Haname.
Yeah. So Tosfos is saying BTW. By the way, that's what Tosfos' job is. Okay. Tosfos over here saying, by the way, there's a really good question that you could have asked right now in the Gemara. We don't ask it currently in the Gemara. We ask it later in the Gemara. That's the question which was there before I erased the board of Shoskas. Remember Shoskas? That what he could say, I'm going to sell back the property of Ziburdis, right, Chaim?
Yeah.
So Tosfos says, you could have said the same thing right now. One guy buys all three fields. And we said, obviously he takes the place of the owner.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He could go and say, if you don't take Beninis, I'm going to go and sell back what? Ziburdis to the
I
owner.
thought that was the original case. The original
So,
case was-
but the Gemara only asked that question way later on.
We said you could
Right
only
now,
buy
we don't think of that svara. So Tosfos basically just says, at this point in the Gemara, we don't yet have this understanding. We don't yet have this logic, but the logic would have already disproved our solution.
See, we just wasted more time.
Exactly. We just wasted more time. Yeah, in other words, I could say it differently. Let's say it a little bit differently, yeah? This answer of the Gemara anyways gets disproven, okay? But it could have already been used earlier on
To save time.
to explain why one person buying all three is not obvious. Why one person buying all three is not obvious. Could have been used. No, so let's say actually a little bit differently, yeah? We ended up disproving Shoskas, right? Now, the reasoning of Shoskas could have been used and then disproven earlier in the Gemara. Okay, if you want to say it like that.
It's just once having like the logical of let's not waste time. Usually it doesn't apply, but
Yeah. Okay, weiter. Next Tosfos. What?
On camera?
Okay,
not like this time.
let's. We're recording, so next.
Oh, I don't really matter.
Oh yeah.
I need alcohol.
Okay, fine. Rafi, let's go.
Okay.
And drugs.
Ish takas.
So we're almost done. We've done 3 minutes.
Cool. If you want, he could have been quiet. He should have been like, "Yo, you have to be quiet."
Yeah.
If you like my Adarna, such as word Lamari.
And if not,
if you're not, then I'm just going to return the star of this divorce back to its master.
right.
Good.
So Tosfos says, I don't think this is a question over here. Yeah.
Even though that's not so that a woman.
Even though a woman always collects from Ziburis anyways, so
Okay.
what's the logic? Well, how does this logic of returning Ziburis work for a woman? Yeah. Koicha, period. Still,
nevertheless, you're not able to say to her,
yeah, she is not able to say to him, go, actually return the Ziburis. She's not able to force him to return the Ziburis. Why not? Because he is not making her lose anything. Loi mafkia koicha.
It's a question, a statement.
It's a statement. So how does it work for the woman? The answer is it works for the woman that she is not able to force the sale back to the owner. Meaning the buyer doesn't need to actually resell to the owner for the woman. Because she doesn't have leverage. That's what we're saying. We're saying that this logic is not really necessary for the woman because the woman, since the woman's not losing anything, she's not able to force him to sell back anything. And she is always going to get Ziburis anyways. Now, how about the Baal Chayv? So the woman has no leverage. Yeah, that's number one. Number one is the Isha must